And come on over to our mat with our ball of course. And let's roll down on our back. And first of all, let's just let the body rest a little bit as you slowly breathe in and breathe out. And feel the weight of your head pressing into the mat. And let's take 3 slow inhales and exhales. And sigh out any tension. And let's reach the arms out to the side. So we're going to start with some angel arms as we inhale the arms up. And exhale the arms back out to the side. And let's do a few more as we add on with pelvic tilts, pressing the low back down and releasing. And let's start to roll the hips up now as we reach the arms up. And let's do a few of these. And take those deep inhales, and let's do one more. And this time we're going to hold the hips and the arms up. Just gently, and take 3 more breaths. And let's bring the arms and the hips down, and we're going to do our twists, so knees to the right. And let's turn our head to the left and take a few breaths. And let's take one more breath. And then we're going to go to the other side. And a few slow breaths into the ribs. And now we're going to come back to the center, and let's put our hands behind our head. First of all, just take a deep breath and feel the shoulder blades. And then we're going to take the right knee to the left elbow. And let's go side to side as we lift and lower. And one more time to each side. And then some regular crunches, lifting and lowering. And one more. And then let's start to reach the legs straight up and bend and do a few of these and point and flex the feet at the same time, kind of waking everything up. And one more like this. And we're going to go into our bicycles, elbow to knee, and stretch the leg out. And then last one. And let's put our feet down, roll the hips up, and feel the difference. We're going to walk the shoulder blades closer together and press the feet down. And now let's slide the ball underneath our back. And see how it feels, first of all. As we press the feet down, we're going to do our hula hoop hips. Just kind of waking up the sacrum, all of those ligaments in there, tendons. And go in the opposite direction. And one more circle. And then we're going to reach the legs 90 degrees, arms over the chest. So first of all, we're just balancing here on our ball. Then we're going to take the right foot down with the left arm over the head. Bring them up and switch for our dead bug. And bring the navel to the spine. And let's see if we can do both. So both arms over our head, legs out a little bit more. We're going to do a few of these, making it a little harder. And the next time, let's reach the legs straight up as we lift up, arms forward. And then here we go, arms over the head as the feet tap down. And 5 more. And then last one. And let's bring our knees to our chest, hug them in, make a few circles, and go in the opposite direction. Just kind of feel where your core is, hips pressing down. And now we're going to put our feet down. Let's lift up off of the ball and take a couple more breaths. Holding the ball. And now we're going to put our back down again on the ball, and let's lift the legs straight up and point and flex our feet. And then circling the feet and in the opposite direction. And then opening the legs up, out to the side, and closing. And let's add on. So as the legs open, reaching the arms through the legs, over the head as they close. And let's do one more. And now we're going to switch direction. So we'll bring our arms forward, point the toes, bring one leg down and the other up. And you can lift up if you'd like. So we're stretching through the whole leg. And one more. And now we'll put our head back down, regular bicycles. So just feel the difference in your legs, kind of bring the knee to the chest, make them a little bigger if you can. And let's go in the opposite direction with these big bicycles, backwards bicycles. And then one more. And now let's bend the legs back to 90 degrees. And we're just going to hold, reach the arms up over the chest. And let's see if we can open the knees out and in as we keep the arms over the chest. And then we're going to add on. So we'll bring the elbows in as the knees go out. And then one more. And let's try our happy baby. Press the hips into the ball. And let's take a few breaths. And then Baddha Konasana, feet together. And 2 more breaths. And let's put our feet again on the mat. So we're going to lift the hips up and take the ball away. And let's come on down and roll to the side. And we're going to come on up. And let's sit crisscross applesauce. Kind of see how our back is doing. And as we sit up tall, we're going to twist to the right. And then twist to the left. And let's come forward, hinging from the hips. Elongating the spine. Now we're going to walk our arms to the right. And over to the left. And back to the center. So let's bring our arms up over our head and put our palms together, elbows wide. So first of all, just see if that feels comfortable. If it's not, you can bring the elbows a little bit in. But see if you can roll the shoulder blades down and lengthen the spine, pressing the palms together. And then we're going to reach the arms up and clasp the hands. So lengthening the arms, stretching, and then releasing and bring the arms down. And let's come into our side stretch, right hand down, left arm comes over. And a couple of deep breaths. And let's go to the other side. And then back to the center. We're going to twist again to the right. Take that deep breath. And let's reach the right arm up and lean toward the left leg. And we're going to come on up and bring the arm down, twist to the left. Take a deep breath. And then the left arm reaches up. And let's lean toward the right leg. And we're going to come back and bring that arm down. And now we're going to take our legs straight out in Dandasana. And let's see about the back of the legs. We're going to press the legs down and sit up tall. And we're going to bend the right leg in. So we're gonna hug the right, whatever it is, shin, whatever you've got there, and just sit up a little taller, and then squeeze the leg in as you twist to the right, and extend through the left heel. And we're going to come back to the center and hold the right foot or the right leg and lengthen it up. And a couple more breaths. And now let's bend the right leg, and we're going to put the right foot on top of the left thigh. And you might want to hold the foot and the knee as you hinge forward. And a couple more breaths, keeping that hip even. And then let's gently release the leg. So both legs are straight out. Take a deep breath as we lengthen the spine. Now we're going to bend the left leg in, hug the leg, sit up tall, and then start to hug it in even more as we twist to the left. So we're waking up our left hip. And now we're going to hold the left foot or the left shin or whatever you can grab and take a couple more breaths, really lengthening the leg right out of the hip. Now let's bend the leg. We're going to cross the foot over the right thigh, holding the foot and the knee and hinging forward. And a couple more breaths. And now let's release the leg. And we're going to put our feet down and lift the hips in a table stretch. And look up. And then slowly come down, bring our bottoms down. And let's try our boat pose. Bringing the legs in and out, just 5 times. And we're going to do the big V with our feet and hinge forward, coming into the hips. And let's take a few slow breaths, waking up the spine. And one more breath. Really good. So we're going to come on over to hands and knees, and let's come into our cat-cows. And then let's come into our puppy pose, lengthening forward, taking a few breaths. And lower down to sphinx. And breathing into the low back as you roll the shoulders down. And then our half-arm plank. And into child's pose. And let's walk our arms to the right. And then over to the left. And back to the center. Let's try some iguanas, reaching forward with the hips and looking up, Pause, come back to child's pose, and 2 more. And we're coming back to child's pose. Let's take a couple more breaths. And then downward dog. And see if you can let the head hang a little bit here as you press the palms down. And now we're going to walk to the top of our mat. And come into an easy forward fold. Just bend the legs a little bit. And let's come all the way up to standing, reaching up. And bringing our hands to our heart. We're going to twist the upper body to the right and then to the left, back to the center. Let's lift the right knee up and hold. And right foot down and switch, left knee up and hold. And left foot down, and let's do our lunges. Inhaling up, forward fold, right leg steps back, and take a couple of breaths, coming a little deeper. And then left leg back, down dog. Right leg lifts up and steps forward, and the left, and forward fold. Release the head and let's come all the way up. And then goal post arms. We're going to lift the right knee up, clap the hands under there, put the foot down, arms back up, and then the left leg. Knee up, clap the hands, bring our left foot down, and let's reach up here. And then our forward fold, and we're going to step the left leg back to our lunge, and a couple of breaths. And stepping back, down dog, left leg lifts up, and let's step forward and the right, halfway up, forward fold, and inhaling up, and hands to our heart. And now we're going to step the right leg back for pyramid, and let's press the feet down as we start to look up and open the chest and our back bend. And then forward fold. And now we're going to lift back up and reach up and come a little bit longer into our back bend. And let's step forward and we're going to be back in Tadasana. And let's switch sides. Left leg steps back for pyramid. We're going to slowly come into our back bend. And then forward fold, pressing the feet down. And a couple more breaths. And now we're coming all the way up, reaching up. Back bend again and lengthen. And let's step forward and we're back in Tadasana. And now Utkatasana, arms reach forward. And then our forward fold. Let's step the right leg back and bring the left arm up and our twist. And then step back, down dog. Right leg lifts up and steps forward. And the left, halfway up, forward fold, And inhale up. And hands come to our heart. Let's turn the upper body again to the right, rolling the shoulders down, navel to spine, and then over to the left, and back to the center. Now we're going back to our Utkatasana, and then forward fold, step the left leg back, and right arm reaches up. And let's come back to down dog. Left leg lifts up and steps forward. And the right. And let's try our halfway up and take a couple of breaths here. So shoulders are rolling down. We're going to see if we can clasp our big toes and lift up. And then forward fold. Let's come all the way up to standing and reach the arms up. And hands to our heart. And we're going to try our tree pose. We're going to press the right foot down and take our left leg up somewhere. And bring our arms up. Now we're going to take our left leg out to the left, lean to the right, and bring the leg in and out 5 times. And one more. And then left foot down, bring our hands to our heart, take a deep breath. And let's switch legs here. So we're going to bring our right leg up for tree. Arms up when you're ready. And now right leg reaches out to the right as we lean to the left. In and out with the leg 5 times. And then right foot down. Let's come into our forward fold. Release and take a couple of breaths. Release the head. We're going to step back to down dog and take 3 breaths. And let's come into our child's pose. We're going to sit up on our heels and twist to the right and twist to the left. And we're going to come back to the center, right hand down, left arm reaches over, side stretch. And let's try the other side, left hand down, right arm reaches over. And we're going to come back to the center and clasp our hands behind us. And let's come into rabbit. So we're going to inhale, looking up, forward fold, and the hips lift up. And then let's sit back on our heels and release the hands, palms facing up on our lap. One more breath. And let's reach the arms forward, child's pose. And we're going to come back to our down dog. Lift the right leg up. And let's come into high lunge, stepping the right leg forward. And reaching the arms all the way up. And twist to the right, cross the arm over, Hands come together. And left fingers down, right arm up. Let's come back to down dog. And switch legs, left leg lifts up. We're stepping it forward and coming into our high lunge. And arms come all the way up. Let's twist to the left, cross the arm over, hands come together. And right fingers down, left arm up. And let's come back to down dog. And feel the difference in our spine as it's opening. And then forward to plank. And back to jog, and lift the right leg up, come forward to plank, and hold. Back to jog, right foot down, we're gonna switch, left leg lifts up, and forward to plank, and hold. And back to dog, and put the left foot down. So let's come into a regular plank and take 3 breaths. And we're going to come all the way down and do our 5 cobras. And now we're going to slide our hands underneath our thighs. And let's practice. So we're going to point the toes, lift the right leg up and hold. And then right leg down and switch, left leg up. And we're going to take that leg down and reach the arms out in a T. We're going to put our left ear down and reach the right leg up behind us and come into a twist. And then let's switch sides. And we're going to put our right ear down, left leg lifts up. And 2 more breaths. And let's come back down on our belly here, both legs down. And we're going to hold our feet. So we're going to bend the legs, hold the ankles, press the thighs down as you flex the feet, and then lift up and 5 breaths. And 1 more. And then let's release. Press back to child's pose. And take 3 more breaths. And let's come on up to downward dog. We're going to lift our right leg up and come into warrior 2. And let's sink a little deeper and breathe. And reverse. And let's bring both arms over to the right, reach them out. We're going to come back to reverse. And then hover the right fingers down, left arm up. And warrior 2, 3 breaths. And Trikonasana, straightening the right leg. And let's come back up, and we're going to reach our arms up, and let's clasp our hands. Lengthen and then lean to the right and over to the left. And back to the center, forward fold, and now side to side with our legs, transverse lunges. Let's try another right side lunge. See the difference. Over to the other side to a left side lunge. And come back to the center and take 3 breaths in our forward fold. Let the head hang. And we're going to come all the way up, reaching up. And then let's go into warrior 2 with our left foot turning out. And roll the shoulders down. And reverse. And then both arms over to the left. And breathe. And back to reverse. And let's hover the left fingers down, right arm up. And now back to warrior 2, 3 breaths. And Trikonasana, straightening our left leg, right arm comes up. And let's come all the way up, reaching up in our back bend. And then we're going to clasp our hands behind us and come into our forward fold. And let's take 3 more breaths. We're going to see if we can bend the legs here as we come up and take the shoulders down, and our chest is lengthening forward. And let's come all the way up, reaching up and into goddess pose, turning our feet out. And let's do eagle arms. So just cross an arm over and let's sink a little deeper. We're going to switch the arms, uncross and cross the other one over. And let's inhale and come all the way up and back to down dog. And let's take 3 more breaths. And let's come to hands and knees. And then into our child's pose and feel the difference. We're going to walk our arms over to the right and take a deep breath. And then over to the left. Back to the center. And we're going to come back to our hands and knees. And we're going to do Gomkasana, so we could use our ball. We're going to cross, if you need to. We're going to cross the right knee over the left knee, and maybe you sit back on your ball. Maybe your hips don't need it. Let's take our left arm up over our head. We're going to bend it, and just take the right arm behind us. And let's take a few breaths here as we sink into the ball. Feel free to forward fold or just hold and take 3 more breaths. And now we're going to gently, first of all, release the arms and bring them down. And roll the shoulders up, back, and down. We're going to come back to our knees and switch the knees. So let's bring the left one on top of the right one. And if you need your ball, sitting back on your ball. Kind of like laying an egg. So we're going to reach the right arm up, bend the arm, and then left arm goes behind us. So we're getting that rotator cuff opener. And breathe. Just gently, it shouldn't hurt. Forward fold if you'd like. 3 slow breaths. And now we're going to gently, first of all, release the arms. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. And we're going to come back to our knees and uncross the legs. And let's come into our downward dog. Just stretch out the legs. And then we're going to walk to the top of our mat. Let's hold our elbows, 3 breaths, forward fold. And now releasing the arms, let's come all the way up and reaching up for our back bend. And bring our hands together to our heart and roll the shoulders down. Just notice how you feel. Take that soft inhale and exhale. We're going to come into our squat. And let's take a few breaths here. And 3 more breaths. And now we're going to come down and roll all the way down on our back and bring our knees to our chest. First of all, just feel, and you could rock side to side or do a couple of circles and go in both directions. And then let's try our happy baby. And allow the hips to relax. And 3 more breaths. And then feet together, Baddha Konasana. And we're going to put our feet flat on the mat and roll the hips up. And feel the difference in your spine. Take another couple of breaths. And let's gently roll the hips down. We're going to cross the right knee over the left knee. Roll the legs to the left for our spinal twist. And breathe. And 2 more breaths. And now let's come back to the center. We're going to uncross the legs and cross the left knee over the right as we roll the legs to the right. Maybe your head turns to the left, and breathe. And feel that slow exhale as it releases the hips, the back of the whole body. And 2 more breaths. And now we're going to come back to the center and uncross. And let's come into our final pose of Shavasana. And just notice how your body is positioned on your mat as you softly breathe in and out. And feeling the weight of your spine pressing into the floor, being held by Mother Earth. Softening the shoulders away from the ears, feeling the weight of the hips pressing down and the legs lengthening. And with each inhale, we're wishing ourselves good health and harmony. Peace for our homes, our families, our communities, for our country, and wishing peace for our brothers and sisters everywhere, all over the world. And as we deepen our breath, let's begin to wiggle our fingers and our toes. We're going to roll over to the side and press ourselves up to our seated position and bring our hands together to our heart to seal our practice in today together. Let's take a deep inhale and sigh. One more time. Namaste. Thank you, everybody, for coming today. Have a wonderful Passover, Easter.
Thank you, Marian.
Thank you. And Loretta, are you making pies? I just have to know.
Decided yet. I maybe. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a good thing. Whatever you're making is going to be good. And Martha, good luck. Let me know if you need any help.
I really appreciate all of that
Oh,
conversation.
yeah.
It's very helpful,
It is helpful.
as was the yoga.
Yeah.
Good. And Bill, have a wonderful pickleball.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
You're ready to go.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.